Agnelli Story Homes is a way to deliver a story through speculative building and developing of residential real estate, meaning that Agnelli Enterprise takes a concept, a piece of land, and builds a home to sell. We have a story behind it to help make decisions, colors, textures, tones, the overall vibe of the house. OTTO was a mentor of mine from 2021 to 2025. And as we take that presence of who OTTO is and the characteristics of that story, how much he impacted us when he passed away in the middle of last year, and we landed this new property to be built and this new story to be developed, it had to be OTTO. With OTTO, we see this full timeline ending up around mid-September. From the beginning of a project, right, you have a full set of plans. From the full set of plans, that's going to go into permitting. That's telling the local city or municipality that this is what I'm looking to do, per the codes of the state of Florida, per everything that they're calling out between zoning and every single individual discipline, that we're doing it by law, by code. And that permit is released. Okay, you can now build this house in this city. If the guys in the field are shooting the gun, then we need to make sure that we're getting them the ammo. So once the house is commenced and being built, obviously we do the underground work, and we basically, from a house perspective, we start at the ground and we go vertical. We do everything under the ground as far as plumbing and any electrical or anything else involved. Then we do the slab work and we pour the slab for the house. Then we go vertical with the block. We're making sure that the window openings are correct and the door openings are correct. Once the block and the beams are done and poured, then we are putting on the roof system and the truss system. Once that's done, we're sheeting the roof. Once that's done, we are putting the underlayment on the roof and making the house, as far as the roof, watertight. And we're typically getting into what we call the MEPs and the rough phases. So that will include the framing of the house, the interior walls and partitions, mostly all non-structural at that point. And then the organs of the house, right? So, you know, all the plumbing and all the electrical and all the HVAC and any gas involved. Once the MEPs are done and the framing is done, that's when typically people are getting to what they would know as the drywall phase. And once drywall comes up, everything really starts to make more sense to people. They could see the walls in real time, they could see the space in real time, they could see the ceilings, and the house really starts to come together from a general sense of a person in the average public. From start or conception, right, of the project physically in the field on the property to finish, our timeline on it is probably around 10 months as of right now. Wherever we land is where we land. Obviously, we forecast, we're looking at the full picture the entire time, but we're just making sure that that's not sacrificing the end product that we're delivering, right? And the value and the precision and the integrity for which that's built.
Desarmarle botas. 32, 4x8 son las planchas. ¿Sí?
One of the biggest challenges for a build is information. If we don't have the right information, then it could delay things, right?
These are my finishes. This is my finish schedule. I probably get 10 of these throughout the whole job. So we keep getting updates. So I just want to make sure that what I have here is the same thing from the last email that I got. So before I give them any information, I gotta make sure that I have the right information, pretty much. With OTTO, for example, we've been working on it so long before we even broke ground that we try to encompass everything and have all the decisions made, but that's not always the case. And like I was saying before, I'm just checking to make sure that whatever's being updated is what I have. There are so many things that change throughout the process, and nothing on paper, it's always what we're building out there. It's easier to put it on paper, but when you're building it, you're like, oh, well, that's not what I meant. So we have to pivot and we have to make a decision. Sometimes we have the time to wait and make a phone call and wait for everyone to say, okay, that's a 3 weeks out decision. Sometimes that decision has to be right there and then. And we always do it with the same goal in mind, that we accomplish what we're trying to achieve and what represents the house. In this case is OTTO, so we wanna stick to what we're trying to build, if that makes sense.
Right? So first I was verifying the light, just to make sure that I had the right one, which I look for what size box, if it's square, if it's round. Sometimes it makes a difference, especially when you're doing tile, right? And then diameter of the light, and then I verify the location of the box. And I just gotta make sure that everything works.
No good, it's right here. I'm gonna double check. Should be 4 feet where it needs to go, so I can,
What's the problem?
look where that is.
You have a line here?
It was remarked, so I already have my small lines there. So usually what I do, I drop it on this one and then try to hit all 3. But I'm saying in the future, we don't have to remark them because I have these spray down. So no matter how dirty the floor is, all I gotta do is put some water on them.
Yeah, so we're good. You're right on the line. Not on the cross, but you're right on your mark with the spray. Look.
Yeah, but I need my cross right here now to hit the center of that light. These were redone, but I had a line here, a very small line. So
Yeah.
that's the center of my light. So I'll go here with the laser and then hit it with the laser going up.
Yeah, so you're good. You're right on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm just saying, don't remark them.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna let you do that.
Huh? No, someone did. That's what I'm saying. All these are remarked. This is not my mark.
Oh,
Yeah, just explain to him.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But your lines are good.
Yeah, but now it's throwing me off. because
Okay,
can't
I
see
got you.
my-
I got you. I thought you were saying that we weren't lining up.
No,
Okay.
no, everything's lined up, but he remarked them. I know he's trying to help.
I see what you're saying.
If you don't do it exactly on there, it's gonna throw me off.
You're saying.
He said, and listen, Dave, I don't want to explain to him. I don't want him to feel bad because he did the right thing. He said, everybody's walking, you can't see it. But I reminded him that it's sprayed down. So no matter how much dirt goes, we can find it.
Dice que el diablo, que no hagas eso.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I didn't say that. I heard that.
When there are no problems, I feel like I'm not doing anything. So putting out fires is one of the things that I love to do, to be honest. Like I come here, there's a problem, boom, solve it. And that's what I do most days, to be honest. Like small problems like this one, sometimes they're huge, sometimes I gotta step away and think about it and figure out a way to come up with the best solution. But yeah, the better I do that, the better the project progresses. You just gotta make sure that everybody's on the same page, right? So from my point of view, I wanna make life easier for them as much as possible so things work out the best, you know? What keeps me going is, apart from our trades and everything, these are people that I like to see every day, and I like to see what they can do and what we can do. It just brings everything together. And as we progress, I mean, something as simple as the guy doing the corner bits for the stucco right now. I see the change and I know what's coming, and I know in a week that's gonna look way better. And I just can't wait to see the whole project finish. And that's what keeps me going.
We're looking to reinvent or put a different perspective on what it is to build a space for which someone's going to live their life in every day. Our purpose is that pursuit of creation, and for who and why. And I can't guarantee that I'm gonna sell a house. But what I do know is if I put everything I can into this, I'll be damned if in the end of the day, even if it doesn't sell, I'm not gonna be proud of what I built.
So OTTO, we had a very interested buyer 2 weeks ago we walked with. They've been looking for 2 years, which is never really a great sign to me.
No, not really.
Yeah, right. I mean, they loved the house. They ended up going with the house. So they bought a house, one of the, which is opposite of what we're trying to do. So it wasn't our buyer, but
So they made their own decision.
that's correct, Dustin. I like that.
They're not a Agnelli.
No, again, you gotta either get us or don't get us, and so it's coming together. Really, the only thing that's changed is sheetrock is up, and the outside, that the stucco had been rolling, but that's that.
Working with a design professional that understands the insights of your brain and kind of what you're asking for
It's special because sometimes words don't really describe things, pictures really don't show things. And to be able to interpret what someone's asking or the story or the characteristics of the story that we're trying to portray and bring that to an aesthetic building that someone's gonna be living in it's not only creative, it's magical, it's special, it's hard. Adam and his team, we've been working with for almost 2 years up to this point, and we're really happy. You know, the experience working with them, the way they cultivate our design. Dustin Brady, the designer architect, is so good at interpreting emotion, scale, dimension. Adam, who owns the firm and is the engineer behind the structural element of the design as well, is heavily involved in every aspect, making sure that what we're putting on paper from a aesthetic level is buildable, and that it will be correct to engineering specs and to wind load specs and to energy calc specs and everything like that. So it's really a nice yin and yang, where we have the dreamer, the designer, the person who's creating this amazing space, and then we have the guy who's making it buildable, making sure that it's hitting all the metrics we want to hit, and that it's going to be not only code, but better and firm.
Our company portfolio tends to be what I call a boutique engineering firm. This is the first time where we're engaged with a team that has an initial concept and a story that they're going for, which helps us define the project and where it should go. Oftentimes these projects start with an idea, but no theme or no concept behind it, and generally takes much longer to develop something like that. This approach is nice because everyone has their role within the project, so everyone's allowed the operational flexibility to actually do their job within the project, which is one of the reasons why these projects are executed so fast with high quality. This is a unique approach that none of these projects that we're doing here are going to be, repeated. They're all unique builds.
I think it's really special working with a design team, an architect and an engineer that respect the trades as we respect them, and it's really easy in our world to kind of have a Mason-Dixon line down the center of the work being done in the field and the work being done in the office and the design. We attribute a lot of our success and our process to that design element of our builds. So they're just as key to being in the game as the guys in the field doing the work. Well, we're getting close. It's coming together. It's exciting. And
Once next week when Jose is in here painting, then I'll have Renato out here doing the tongue roof.
Yeah.
I should be starting the roofing Thursday.
Metal?
Everything.
Shit. So the next steps that we're talking about here is interior priming.
Interior priming, if my timing's right, then I can have them paint the exterior.
Go right to the exterior, yeah.
Then Renato can go inside, then I'll order the floor, which I know it's already in, so I just gotta tell Mike to bring it here.
Yeah.
We're kind of rushing it, but I'm gonna have to get the units in.
That's
But
the
yeah,
hard thing. This is a pinch point that we're gonna have to try to figure out.
But I'm gonna talk to Mike. I'm gonna say that you give me power for the AC units to run, or you just...
Yeah, can we hot wire that or something like that?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay. So we're really over the hump. I mean, at this point, it's exciting because we're gonna start seeing the finishes come in.
Yeah.
The paint, ceiling trim, cabinetry, flooring. Once the flooring drops, then it really looks like a house.
Right, once I get the flooring, we get the AC
We have
going,
the approved colors, so that's ready.
Right.
We really have 4 full months left, 3.5, and we'll be getting there. So, no, we're close. The next few months, we'll be wrapping this up and getting to the next, but let's just keep the pace on, let's keep the pressure on, the tempo going, and I'm gonna get out of your way because it's going great.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right.